Oh, his head's hot, bro.
Yeah.
Like, overnight.
That's too quick a turnaround.
Come on, man.
That's
People don't
man
think
crazy.
about these things, you know.
That's man crazy.
Your babes that was in your yard chilling, you was forehead kissing everything, locking toes.
You miss the signs, man.
Now she's doing Bandulu with Steph London, but your head's hot.
Yeah, I'm going
how did we
crazy.
get here?
Yeah.
You have to cut,
Yeah,
bro.
that's crazy. I'm on the phone like, I'm going to kill myself.
What the thing is, yeah? He's just...
Come home now. I'm going to kill myself.
Hey, Brent, are we going live? We're not live yet, are we? Oh, my God, we're live.
Oh, we're live. Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad.
So
I
the
didn't
suicide
know.
rate has gone up.
I didn't know. That's
86.4%.
crazy.
My bad,
Hey.
joking.
My bad. Sorry, man.
Yo, what's going on? We're live New Year's Eve special. There's only 16 people in the live. Ooh, 26. Hey, listen, forgive him, man.
Yeah, sorry, man. Don't report me, man.
Yeah, man. Go listen to the episode that comes out on Friday to hear what we were talking about in the previous hour. Would you like to introduce yourselves again? Now we're live.
Kid or Special K on the Instagram.
Come
Kid
on.
_cares on the Snapchat. Facts Only Podcast. Also, we got another channel, Kid and Chinks. Separate from Facts Only. We still mess with the Facts Only boys. There are dogs forever. We've got a separate venture.
Nah, here I see it still. Yeah.
Pick up.
We got Wes as well, man. He's working.
Yeah, Wes is
Working.
working, man. Appreciate you, Wes,
Working,
every
man.
time.
He's good at what he
Flirting with
does.
the algorithm.
You see it. He's got his finger on the post. He's got his finger on the post. And you know, it's back to that thing of accountability. Sometimes it's like, I don't even want to accept this collaboration. I don't want this on my page. I look like an idiot, but I got to stand on what I say.
Stand on it.
I got to stand on what I say.
You got your thing say invited you. Nah,
All right, Wes, I see what you're doing.
Alright. Now it's on 36K. I'm like, alright, cool.
You lot better make sure you're standing on what you're saying, boy.
It hurts. Sometimes I want to take it back.
I love you,
Sometimes
babes.
I
I
want
love
to
you,
take it back. I love you, babes. Podcasting ain't easy.
You lot are risking a happy homes for the numbers.
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. And you see my pod?
Content over
You are going to learn the hard way.
Content over family.
Content with family. I respect that. COF.
Hey, listen, little baby came out and said, yo, 4PF?
I ain't part of that, man.
I ain't part of that, man.
No, for real.
You see what happened to your fuck? I don't want no parts of that, bro.
Scary, bro.
Accountability, bro. Yeah, man.
for real.
Meanwhile, Ghana's over there tearing up Nigeria, you know.
It's living his best life,
It's different. It's a new day, man.
So what, Sepley, did he snitch?
I don't know no more, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to
This is
you.
my
Bro.
point.
Did you see the court?
I don't
thing?
know.
Nah, I ain't seen it.
He said that the judge asked him, is YSL a gang? And he said, yes, ma'am. So it depends, do you consider that snitching?
They are a gang, though.
Are you allowed to say that?
It's the truth, though.
But telling
Well,
the truth is snitching,
When we
then,
say you're
innit?
snitching, that's why it's techie. It's probably so
Oh,
techie.
okay, I see that
Yeah.
now. Okay.
Cooperating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right. But Loons did say that because the man them learned that that's cooperation. More time when there's an incident, they call the ambulance because they know the 5-0's gonna come anyway. But I didn't call them though.
Oh,
I didn't call them. I didn't call
Wow.
them.
That's decent. That's decent. I didn't think of that.
You know what I'm saying? I
Wow.
didn't call them though. But obviously they're gonna come. But that's not
But
what I called.
apparently, even if you go on the stand, you're
Yeah, certain people
that's
say
it.
yeah. It's
Even if you
techie.
go on it to say
Whack
I
100
wasn't
would be
there,
losing his mind right now.
you understand, bro?
Whack 100.
About what?
Saying, yo, yeah, he's right. That's you snitching, cuz. Like, you know what he's on. He's just shouting.
Yeah.
Shouting. He's just shouting.
I mess with Fwat though. He knows how to tactically take someone down. Like I've watched him do it so many times. He paints a picture of you and then questions the person who's defending you to the point where he paints a picture in such a way that you're undefendable. Like I can't, like Brick Baby calling him a snitch and then putting the pictures all together. And it's just like, now it don't even matter if it's true. Everybody just hates
But
you.
that's social media, though. And Thing was very good at that when he was beefing. Drake used to get social media, the memes and all of that whilst he was beefing you. But he only worked with certain people. But that's how we got Meek out of it. Now, above anything Meek
What about
does-
the music though?
No, the music adds to it, but I'm saying it was a combination.
Oh,
It
the
wasn't
whole
just
thing.
music.
Oh, I see
He
what you're saying.
Because
Yeah,
like now
yeah.
anything Meek tweets now, brother, you're looking at it sideways. You have to turn your phone. Like,
Yeah, he's
man
an
said
emotional
Man
man.
said Burkina Faso needs something.
That was crazy, you know.
Meek is done.
All he has to do is
That's my guy
Google
as
it though.
well,
Like the same phone you tweeted from. Just
Yeah, no, for real. Because
Do you know
I
what I
saw
mean?
that. What do you say? Burkina Faso is a great. It's like it was a person or
Yeah,
something. He said,
yeah.
isn't it? Like, yeah. I see Rick Ross say just touched down in the beautiful country of Africa, and it's like these guys.
the same Rick Ross said he sold out the O2. He did proud.
What?
He said he sold out the O2.
It's part of the OT, though.
No, he said he sold out the O2, 20,000 O2. If you go listen to the song with Rihanna,
I know exactly what song it is.
Birthday Cake,
He had
it's the
thousands of
remix.
check-ins, quack.
He says he sold out the O2. I was at that event. It was proud. It was proud O2. But in America, they might be like, oh my God, Rick Ross sold out the O2. So
Each time Drake turned the O2 to the O3, literally.
saying.
But you two, you
Don't-
don't want to be out here crip walking to
don't do
Kendrick.
it. Don't
brother,
do
we're
it.
not
Listen
doing
to Kendrick
that,
with
man.
your eyes
Do it.
closed.
Don't do
We're not
it.
doing that, man.
Summertime, keep playing Kendrick.
Anyway,
I'm just saying.
shout out the 93 people in the like, what, you lot ain't going out? You lot are just in your yard staying, watching the Free Shots boys, the Facts Only boys. Say nothing, it's all good, man.
You got a sensible audience.
Yeah, it's nice, innit?
Yeah, it's over with, man. And no more part.
But pour yourself a glass of wine, though. Pour yourself a beverage, get lit. It is still the 31st New Year's Eve. You know what I'm saying? Can you lot, is there a live chat, Brent? I can't see it on my phone. How do I go? Oh, I jump in. All right, cool. Shout out Free Shots, Shambanator. We got the Free Shots family and Facts Only. Content over everything.
Yeah, see, that's what they want.
I don't know if this is pre-recorded, but I didn't expect them to post on New Year's Eve. Thank you for uploading regardless. Come on, man.
Now, you lot have made a sick audience, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
proper good because after years of giving them content and stuff like that.
Jokes, man.
Like, because when I started podcasting, it kind of made me realize that people think you should jump. No, like you build your audience. So through consistency and reliability, more people can, because there's so many things popping up on the internet nowadays. Every day there's a new podcast. You don't know what to assign to or give your attention to if they're going to be here.
One thing I will say, that's another thing that I think that's going to happen, or people are going to have to do in order to succeed in 2025, is vulnerability. You're going to have to be vulnerable. Because there's a lot of things that we've clocked. You're lying, bro. Like, them man that are selling courses and saying it's the course. Like, whatever they're selling in the course is what's making their money. No, it's people paying for the course, bro. It's fine. We get it. But if you aren't going to pay for the course, but it's on you.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at you.
For
Like,
real.
you know what you've done. Like, come on, man. Like, there's a podcast. I don't even want to out him here, but there's a guy who sells properties. And he was basically saying, buy my course and you can sell a property. Now he's changed his tune. He's like, no, I said I will teach you once you get your property how to project managed. And they're like, that's not what you were selling, bro. He's changed his tune now because it's like, it's true. Everyone's going around saying, I can teach you. That's like me saying, I can teach you to sell out Wembley Arena. No.
Wait, see if you used to go and pull him up. You're a hater.
I know. That's why I'm just like, whatever. I can't teach you how to sell out Wembley Arena. I could teach you how to host an event. But even then, I don't need to teach you that.
But stuff like that's not guaranteed though.
No, but they buy it as if it's guaranteed.
But so say for example, back in the day, I used to work somewhere and I used to get 5-finger discount and I used to take stuff I used to get and sell it online, innit? And it was like electricals. And I'll never forget this year, someone in Nigeria bought a laptop from me, innit? So they offered me double the going rate. I'm greedy. Money's meant to be going into my PayPal. I check my PayPal, the money's not there. But an email pops through saying that the money's there. Me, like an idiot, being young and naive, I send the laptop. I'm sitting down waiting for the money to pend, but my laptop's gone to Nigeria. The money don't land. It's a fraudulent email. Thief off a thief ain't theft. Me, I deserve that because I fell for it. I can't blame the random man in Nigeria. That's me being accountable. I fell for the hoodwink. You buying the course, you got hoodwinked. Life's not that simple.
No, but you're saying it. That was already negative. You started off on a negative. You're selling a stolen laptop. You started off on a negative.
Off a thief ain't theft. Nah, man, I don't.
But you started off on a negative. Me selling a course. The guy hasn't said this course is a bandulu, bro. He's selling it as if it's genuine. You're saying, why is it believable? Because he's driving a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, but
that's why they do it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but as someone who's been in the field successfully and like done stuff that's created funding yourself or created money yourself.
It's not me that they're appealing to.
No, but everybody knows, that
no, not everybody. That's the whole point.
But unless it's inheritance or something like that, money it's not easy to just be rich and just make money like that.
But they're talking as if it is.
Yeah, but you should just, as an adult person, you should just know it.
As an adult, brother, the guy's driving. He came here in a cyber truck or whatever it's called. He hopped out. He's wearing expensive trainers. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. He looks clean. The watch, apparently, I looked online. Everyone's retweeting it. It's 300 grand. I don't know. Remember, I'm none the wiser. All I know is that I want to do what he does to get to where he's gotten to. And he's saying, it's going to cost me $5 bills. I got $5 bills? Here, take my $5 bills. My point is, he's saying that to 100,000 people to want him because he looks the part.
Yeah, but if his money is going from doing whatever he does, he doesn't really need your little $500 realistically.
Clearly he does. That's why some of them are online saying, listen, buy back. They're doing
That's
that
what I'm
now.
saying, but that's what's funding him though.
Now,
Because if his method was so serious upon making money, why are you worried about?
You know, you're applying. I'm not knocking what you're saying. I'm saying the logic you're applying. Not everyone has that.
But how do you not have that?
Oh, come on, man.
But if you seriously think that you can just buy a course and magically this is just gonna there's not gonna be a load more stuff you have to do yourself to generate the income and make the money, you deserve to be hoodwinked.
One could say that's harsh though. That's all we're saying. Like, why is the person even trying to scam anyways? What the argument would be?
Because but if I'm rich beyond my wildest dreams and I don't need money and I want to be genuinely helpful, why do I need to charge people? I don't need to.
But they're not going to figure that out. And even there was a post the other day, and the guy was talking about conversations now. All my conversations that I have around people, I ain't watched them. It's probably going to see this. I ain't watched a football match. I ain't been around the table with guys before. You seen it? The guy ain't been around the table and they're talking about, when's the last time someone scored a goal or football? The only thing I talk about now is money. And I was thinking, well, shut up, man.
But some people like that though. And those people that like that will start talking to you as if you don't talk about money, if you don't eat, sleep, pass money, you're dead.
Yeah,
there's men like that.
Yeah, man, I don't want to hear that.
Cool, that's how you want to live your life. That's your business, bro. And a lot of them don't have money. They just F girls, get money, all of that, don't have money. And I'm not falling. I'm just saying I'm not falling for that. But some people will fall for that.
And just listen to people though, yeah. So you don't talk about no nonsense. You only talk about money, but yet you're somewhere talking about you not talking about money.
This is my point.
So you should be making money talking about money right now.
You're applying logic again.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But that's how they won't target you. And they wouldn't, because one time you could go to an ACN meet. You lot should do that as for content, by the way.
They still do those?
If they still do, you lot should just go
I
for
thought
content.
that transition to Forex. All them men start doing Forex now.
I nearly got
selling
something. I
signals.
nearly got something in the Forex thing, you know.
You would?
Yeah.
Because
it looked easy. It looked like
it looked
study a bit of
so
numbers.
easy,
It looked
innit?
easy, bro. And then one day I lost a certain amount. I said, sleep.
Yeah, you know what? You're like me, yeah. Because obviously everybody, it makes sense. I study some charts. I don't have to go to work all day. I start reading books and stuff like that now.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I put in 1-2 trades this working. I start to get a bit too complacent now. And then I put in.
No, it's your dividends. Stop. What's going on with the dividends?
Yeah.
What happened to the dividends?
Fuck that.
There's a lot of dividends at one stage.
No, this is what swapped me from a trader to an investor now. So now I just invest and I just put the money down, and when I check it, I check it. But when I was trading there, one day that happened and I lost. I made a loss, and I was like, "This don't feel nice."
But there was one company that was trying to get everyone to invest in some, and people were like trying to sell it to you in the DMs and that. And I was like, "Why is everyone that's messaging me talking about this pretty?" Like, what kind of recruitment is this, bro? Are we talking peas or is this it felt like a rave now? Like, you know, like he's having launch parties and I'm like, what are we doing there? Like,
you know when that waste man from your block starts talking about crypto, it's too late. You've missed the boat.
Oh yeah,
You've missed the boat.
Exactly.
You ever seen a loser talking to you about Ethereum?
You look at him like,
he's up.
you were telling me about Ethereum.
I said he's
You were
up.
telling me about you got 0.44 Bitcoin.
I know a man that was up in his account. I can't remember what coin. It was one of them weird coins, yeah. And he tried to take it out, but the fee that they charged him to take it out, he might not have.
It's not worth it.
He probably didn't make profits.
Swear down.
So in my mind, I'm like, there's a lot of men that are looking at their accounts, whatever coin it is, and they're seeing millions, and they're like, they're up, and they're spending their hard-earned.
But my thing is, yeah,
the crypto P ain't downloaded yet, you know.
you see, if
but you're
you've
spending
got
your
money,
hard-earned.
if you've got money, yeah, and you're generally making money, why are you not just happy making money? Does that make sense? Why do you want everyone else to be doing this? Yeah.
It must be the little boy in them that wants to show off or something.
It has to be in it. Or you just want to be cool, but you're not. You're like, I don't get it.
Do you know what it's like though? There's certain men that we knew in school that weren't cool, and then puberty hit. All of a sudden, the shape up's looking sharper than it was. The beard's filling that, and all of a sudden they're the guys. But they've never had to. You know what I'm saying, it's like putting a man up front. He's never played football, but he looks the part though. He looks like a striker.
He's got all the gear and no idea.
You know what I'm saying? His socks are. He's all slitty socks like Bellingham. He looks the part.
Yeah, for real.
Pass him the ball. Touches meaty.
You see that a lot, you know.
Yeah, you see it a lot.
You see it a lot.
We've got to leave that in 2024 as well.
Yeah, but it's hard because like
They
some
have to
people.
leave it.
My issue is It's not an issue, but my thing is people fall for it. That's why people do it.
Yeah. It's like them guys that just send penis pics to random women all the time on the internet. And I'm thinking, you can't be that insane. This must have worked once upon a time.
How did you segue into that?
No, but do you get what I mean,
I
though?
hear it, though, because some man are just sending it no hello. Just.
And I'm thinking, this must have worked.
But
You can't
my
just
thing
be...
is, though, let's say, like, for example, yeah, let's flip it, yeah. So you receive a flower in DM. What, if the flower looks good, I say, yeah. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, because remember, you're not allowed to compare. You're not allowed to, though. I think about, okay, cool, wait, hold on.
That scared me once, actually. When it was a young thing.
What? Wait.
Sent me not illegal, young.
No, I know, but why you didn't need to? The way you said it, just clarify. We're live. Just clarify.
It's the same one, innit?
Yeah, it's the same one. But she's on Gen press. She played for Klopp. Like, she's pressing from the front heavy. So she's throwing in the front of me, and I'm not interested. Like, she's like early 20s, like 22, 23, I'd say. But she's been other places and she said her story, so she's had like a troubled childhood and stuff like this. But she's come across me now and she's throwing it at me, and I'm like, yeah, you're too young. I appreciate the attention and stuff like that. But now it's just straight on flower pictures, body pictures, and I'm scared now because I'm like, if you've like,
you have to restrict that.
No, but she's confused that it's not working as well.
Because women on a
I hear that. But again, remember what we spoke about, and if you're listening, lock into the episode beforehand and you'll hear it, the full context of this conversation. But remember, we said that it always stems from something. That feels like validation. Rejection, what do you mean? Let me send him another one. Maybe from this angle. Okay, maybe that angle. Something's going to work. It's not going to work, but it doesn't comprehend to her.
But there's men that probably work on, innit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well.
So it's just trial and error. But remember, if it was the other way around, we wouldn't make grace for the guy if he was doing it to a girl. This is abuse now. This is harassment.
Yeah.
It's the same.
But you know, see that other way, do you agree with that? Because you see that if it was the other way around thing now, there's some aspects I agree with it and there's some I don't. Because there's certain standards men are held to that women are not held to. And I don't think, so say like, for example, I don't know, what's the last one I saw? I don't know, say like a girl, like I've been out, and a girl's tapped my bum. And then man will be in the comments like, oh, if it was the other way around now. If it was the other way around, good. Because you shouldn't go around tapping women's posterior.
But she still shouldn't have gone around and tapped your bum, though.
Yeah, but it was flattering to me.
Yeah, cool, but she still shouldn't have done it, is what we're saying. She could have tapped you on the shoulder and told you she finds you attractive, as opposed to doing that. That's the space we're going into, is what we're saying. 2025, that's what we want now. Don't tap my bum. I don't know you. Because now, for example, let's say you walk past with your girl.
Yeah, that's preposterous.
No, but she don't know that. She didn't check. She just saw you, thought you're good looking, tap your bum. Whereas if she tapped your shoulder, you could say, babes, I'm with my girl, please, respectfully. But now she's grabbed your bum, your girl's giving you a headache.
Yeah, because that happened to me for years.
Because if your girl got her bum grabbed by a dude, she can't say she don't know him. Your head is hot.
Yeah, my head is steaming.
My head's hot thinking about it.
My head hot.
It even happened.
Yeah.
She can say, I don't know him. You're like, what? You got a handful like that, you don't know him. You're not believing her, but it's true. Maybe she don't know him.
Yeah,
for me, everyone keep their hands to themselves until you agree that you want to be touched. That's what it is. 2025.
Consent.
Yeah, consent sexy, man. 2025. Let's do that. Ask first, man.
Consent is sexy.
Fine.
Is the new
if you're ever in doubt, ask.
Yeah.
It's not about being uncomfortable.
And if you get rejected, just move on. It's fine. Rejection is fine.
Nice to meet you.
Boys and girls.
You look good. Keep it moving.
Not the end of the world.
Not the end of the world, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think men are more. We become accustomed to rejection more than women.
Yeah, but we've grown up being told that we're the ones that are supposed to court. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, we lead, so we're bound to hit rejection. And sometimes the rejection you get is not even about you. She might just be having a bad day.
Yeah.
Sometimes she can't even see. Have you ever thought about that? The contacts are not in today. You didn't see me properly.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm not taking it to heart. But some people take it to heart, ruin their whole day.
Yeah, but I'm not a man who likes rejection. But I don't put myself out there to be rejected.
Yeah,
but I conduct certain analysis before I put myself out there to avoid that.
Slot.
Yeah.
Moving like slot. You see, half time is in-game management's crazy, you know?
For real. I'm an Arsenal man, so I'm just watching it from the background.
Even talking about
with,
that.
like, you know the chill guy with his hand in his pocket?
Who just what?
Arsenal.
Oh, but Arsenal's not having a stinker.
Not having a stinker, but
No, but you know
We're
the
always there that
narratives.
we don't get there, bro. It's just-
You know,
but you got next week. Next, you got to get active in this window. You got active.
yeah, but PSR and all of that and stuff like that.
What's PSR, bro?
The financial fair play.
Let's say we ain't got
Profit.
no problem this year.
Oh, you need to sell to buy.
I don't know, but it's just like window just gone. No big clubs really spent big money.
Yeah, but that's because there's not really anyone to buy.
Who do you support?
Liverpool.
I thought so. I
Yeah.
thought so.
But there's not really anyone to buy. Think about it. Like, who were you gonna buy to strengthen your team in that window?
So who are we gonna buy now then?
You're gonna do what you should have done the other window, where is get a proper number 9. But now you need to get a 9. You need to get the right wing. I think you need is it centre back or left? I don't know, but it's not just that now.
And you know what's mad, yeah? Because I think Man City
Right
have,
back, sorry.
I think Man City have spoilt football because now it's because everybody we need a proper number 9. That would be Haaland or someone of that mold or someone of that ilk. Because everybody in every team in the world can do with that. Do you get what I mean? So because Man City have built the ultimate complete squad well, not now, obviously, but they've won the treble not too long ago. So they had the ultimate squad to a degree. They had 2 world-class players in every position. And I've supported Arsenal for a long time. Nearly my whole senior Arsenal career, we've always been 1 or 2 players away from having...
Same in Liverpool.
Do you get what I mean? And that's just... You don't get everybody. Like
You don't, but
do you know what I mean? Only Man City and Chelsea and them, man, who just...
But I don't think you need everybody. I think you just need certain people. Like, for example, when we bought Alisson Van Dijk, everyone knew, these man mean business. They went into that market and they got who they need. As opposed to, he's a good player, he's good to have. That's what you lot do with Sterling.
So why can't every team do that? I'm confused.
Because sometimes when the player comes, they pop down.
What do you mean, do what though?
Like, just go and buy who they want.
There's rules. You can't spend a certain amount
there's
of,
bread,
a lot of what you make, innit?
Like, you lot are going to go get my man from Sporting, more than likely, yeah? But that doesn't mean he's going to come and do what he's doing over. He scored 62 goals this year,
So
by the way.
why can he not do that? Why won't he do that?
I'm not saying he won't, but football's different here. He's not getting barged by.
What do you mean?
Van
Why won't he forward to Arsenal, or why won't he guaranteed score the same amount of goals?
Yeah, why won't he do the same thing?
Because he's not facing players
It's
like
different
Van Dijk every
quality,
week.
innit? Portugal's a lesser
Different
quality.
Different level
Yeah,
of
it's
league as
different
well.
level.
Well, it's the Premier League.
Premier League's
easy, bro.
difficult, you
Yeah.
know. Like it's very it's the most physical.
It's
the most,
taxing, bro.
There's athletes. Like it's let me
So
think.
someone that's dominated the Premier
It's
League
called it.
will go down to a lower league and run circles. Is that what you're saying?
Not all.
Theoretically, but it depends on the football. The football might not translate.
But depending on, like, for example, we knew Harry Kane at Bayern Munich was going to work.
Correct.
Regardless.
Yeah, they've got a great team and he's a great player.
We just knew. Put him there, it's going to work. Because what he does there,
He could play
madness.
football too.
Do you know what I'm saying? So players like that, you can put them anywhere, bro. And as long as they play in their position, they're going to deliver. There's certain players like that. Some players is like, yeah, but whereas he's gone from playing Stoke City and that, them weather's there to like, do you know what I'm saying? For him, the transition is not
So
really...
then for the top players, that's lose-lose then.
What is?
If you're a bad boy in Premier League, go to Champions League or whatever it is, and get dominated, you're a joke, man.
Not necessarily, because like there's loads of variants. So say for example, we don't get a winter break. We play loads of games. Our games are a lot more taxing. We have to cover the most kilometers. We're working a lot hard. So sometimes in these tournaments, you might have a crunch league fixture to guarantee your position in the league where you're going to end, which takes a lot out of you. And then you want to turn around and play 2-3 days later. You're not going to be at 100% capacity. Someone who's played in Germany, who's played some irrelevant blokes and won the game at half time and just coasted the second half of the match, they're going to have more energy than you. So they might even just, like, English teams tend to go out in like extra time and penalties, like, and stuff like that. Once we get tired and stuff like that, they just might have the energy. Plus, it's football. It's 11 men versus 11 men. Anyone can win on the day. Anyone can lose on the day. Like,
Confidence plays a part as well.
yeah, you might have a player or two missing.
Yeah.
And player might not be playing with an injury. Like, there's loads of variants. The tactics might be wrong. Someone might make a mistake.
By the way, a lot of people have said Happy New Year. Happy New Year to them. There's Leslie T. There's Yo. There's Henrika Sunday. We got Stacy,
Shout out
Kijoke,
143 people in the
Stacy,
live.
Huchi. Yeah, and Huchi said, "Listen, stop talking about football. Talk about girl, man."
Yeah. Let me ask you a question on that subject. Yeah,
What, football or girl?
women.
Oh, okay.
So if your current partner or someone you're seeing or someone you're taking serious, yeah, if you're angry with them, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
whether whatever you've done or whatever they've done, you're angry, yeah, and something serious is going to happen, or you see something serious about to happen, would you help them out in that situation, or would you be like, when it happens, be like, good? Does that make sense?
When you say serious, now it depends. Because I think you have to put an example of this, because people are gonna come up with some wild example where you used to save your woman and say we're pricks.
Let's talk on the level of getting a parking ticket. You're angry with them for whatever reason. You see them park somewhere they're not meant to park. If you on good terms with them, you'll say, babe, don't park there. You're gonna get a ticket. But because you're pissed off at them for whatever reason, let them park there to get a ticket.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Nah, I text her
That's a bit
say,
spiteful.
you're gonna get a ticket if you park there, you know, and just that's
No
it.
matter, even if you're angry with them.
Yeah. I text her saying that. That's still angry. I'm just letting you know. I'm just giving you. I'm just passing knowledge.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I'm still angry with you.
But all right, let's dumb it down a bit. They're seasoning food in the kitchen, and you know if you add that ingredient, it's gonna mess it up. But they want to add it. For whatever reason, they want to add the ingredient, but you know it's gonna mess up the food. You're gonna tell them like, babe, don't add that because it's gonna mess up the food. And be like, you know what? I'm not eating that anyway. You're gonna eat that.
Yeah, if I'm not eating it, then I'm opening Deliveroo, man.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, you know what's funny? I find the solution to the problem. Yeah, that's a man. I find the solution.
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
But,
she'll be like, oh, babe, you ordered food. I'm like, yeah, you put that ingredient in there. I didn't want it in there. I told
Why
you.
don't you tell me then?
But
Why don't you tell me to put the
I
ingredient
see what
in?
you're saying.
You see what I'm
it
saying?
opens something though, because say for example,
So we're angry though.
Exactly.
Say if I do say it though, and you're objecting and giving me attitude, that's the end of my involvement. Do you know what I mean?
Or what if I do say it and you still put it in there?
Yeah. And you know what? I can be honest and admit I have to do better at that, because I'm a man who's had disagreements with women in the past, and then I'm out gallivanting, living my life like I'm a single man, all off of a disagreement here because something's not going my way. So
When you say single man, does it go far? Are you just gisting? Or are you trying?
I've done all of it in my
you trying
lifetime.
to squeeze as well.
But I've squeezed.
That argument was living. What a little.
Do you know what I mean?
She didn't compliment your trim, was that?
No, not like that. But it's just like
I've squeezed.
it's
man.
it's childish. But if I'm not being treated how I want to be treated, I'm thinking I justify it in my head and tell myself, yeah, well, you clearly don't care about me this much because I feel away because of the way you're treating me or something you're doing. So why am I putting your thoughts and feelings before my own urges as a man when you're not putting my
urges? How did we get
He
there?
goes too far sometimes.
Thoughts and feelings to urges.
Sometimes.
Bro,
But she can tell me like, what do you mean you got urges?
men have urges though,
No,
no?
but I hear you, but you're in a relationship. What do you mean you got urges? Like,
But it doesn't means I'm quelling my urges to not upset you. But
moving mad. Them urges are supposed
bro,
to be there.
That's
you
not
know,
bad.
you know
That's
what it
not
is,
an
yeah?
argument, bro.
I was a bus driver, yeah? And after years of being a bus driver and speaking to grown men, they've made me realise that. Because I thought you grow up and the urge leaves you.
Don't leave you, bro. You
It
control
don't leave you, bro. You can. There's grown ass. I met a man. I say this story nearly every pod. He was married for 30 years. I asked him, "Bro, how do you keep such a long, happy marriage?" He said, "Bro, I've been married 30 years. I've been cheating for 29." That made me realize that, bro, it don't leave you. You have to make a choice.
That's
as
how
a
he's
man.
justified it.
Bro, that's what he told me. So it made
And
me
I,
think.
I know what he told you.
Yeah.
But earlier we said sometimes.
Go back to the episode and check it. Yeah, when it releases.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, let's say it because I'm lost now.
No, but I'm saying just because he said that worked for him doesn't mean he's a righteous guy.
No, of course
So
not.
why is that knowledge that you're
No,
taking?
but I mean in terms of.
you
Alright, so
took
say for
that on board.
No, but say for example, I like chocolate. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes I want a Snickers, sometimes I want a Maltesers,
But
pause for chocolate balls. But like there's an array of chocolates I like. Do you get what I'm saying? There's an array of chocolates I like. But I've made a commitment to one chocolate that this is the chocolate I'm gonna be with and eat for the rest of my life. But
But no one told you to make that commitment.
No,
though.
but I chose to make that commitment.
All right, then.
But that doesn't mean that I don't still like
No, but
bare
I'm
other
not
chocolates.
debating that. What
so that's what I'm
is
saying.
you
I'm
chose
quelling
that commitment.
Yeah,
so
but
then technically stay committed.
So you're saying if you have
Yeah.
another piece of chocolate down the line,
and
it's
also
okay.
accountability.
no, I'm not saying it's okay. I said I need to do better at this, but I'm doing better now. This is stuff in the past. But I still have. No matter how you're married, a beautiful woman walks past. What does that just not?
No, and a certain girl that probably let you say, "Oh, she's nice."
I'm not gonna ever put myself
No, I'm just
behind
saying-
the barrel like that.
No,
Like,
but-
you know what I'm saying?
But some girls know that she's beautiful. They'll let you say it.
No,
But certain girls be
no,
like,
no,
you
no.
can't.
I don't want to be that type of
Don't
relationship.
see her.
I don't want to be that type of relationship.
No, but I don't also don't want to be in a relationship like are we gonna not acknowledge that a beautiful girl walked past?
Yeah, but who?
That's the way. Wait, what do you mean?
Wait.
Well, he's saying he doesn't want to be in a relationship where he can say or she can say that there's a beautiful girl that walks past.
No, I don't. No, I don't want to be in a relationship where it's like you're looking at the girl and you want to say,
No, I don't want to say that. No.
Crazy.
That's not what I said. What I'm saying is we're not going to stand here and pretend like a beautiful girl.
okay, but who says it first, you or your partner?
No one needs to say it. But if I, for example, if I do this, Like, don't be mad.
No, that's crazy.
That's crazy. So wait, if she does that,
crazy.
if she does that, is that okay?
No, but I
Hold on,
don't
you
think it's-
Iniesta. Man was scared in the bitch.
Nah.
Like, I didn't see what I saw properly. How did you lay anything?
No.
How did you lay anything?
No.
Said
It could be bad. It could be, I wanted to see her trainers. I didn't say anything.
That's
What do you
crazy.
mean?
If she does
so-
it, is that
That's
okay?
rubber
I don't
necking,
wanna
you
be in a
know.
relationship where I gotta be stiff. I gotta have a stiff neck. Pause. I don't
You
know.
have to, bro.
Nah, I
You
don't
have
know.
to.
No.
It ain't gotta be stiff, pause, but it's gotta be a little crick.
You got to at least have
Have a little
some.
quick neck.
You got to have a bit of decorum.
Alright, so what she kept-
You look where they're gonna walk.
Listen.
You look where they're gonna walk. You don't just.
Make-
Yeah, but wait,
Man, then they build up, you know?
What do you do?
Where's Peter Crouch, you know?
So look at everything.
Oh my god.
Make it a habit to look everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, you can't do that because a girl has a right to be upset with you
Of
if you do
course.
that.
No, I hear that. I hear it. But what I'm saying is, if we have an environment where you know the only reason that happened is because she's actually good looking. It's good. I'm not acting on it. But,
Yeah, but
we
some
both
women
know
will-
and they can acknowledge someone who's good looking.
Fair.
Alright, excuse me.
Because that's instinct that did that. That was not me willingly
Fair.
doing
Alright,
that.
so does that work?
For her.
Because I remember one time, yeah, I was in the supermarket with my baby mum. This was years ago. And obviously I overthink things and make it a negative, innit? So my baby mum's walked in the aisle, but I'm in the aisle. So we're in there together, but we're separated, innit? But she's not paying attention, innit? So she's like glanced at me and looked at me. But you know like when you're looking at someone with your peripherals, so you know their silhouette, but you're not paying attention to them. So she looked at me, she came over to me and thought, I didn't even know that was you. You look nice. So I'm thinking, right, you're walking around the supermarket checking out man. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm on the same page as that though.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Too far.
I'm on that as
Because
well,
she didn't know it was
I'm on
me
that
at
as well.
first. She just saw the silhouette of something she liked. She looked closer and it was me.
Yeah.
And I'm in there with her, but I'm thinking, raw. So you're just out
I'm
there
on that as
checking
well.
out.
No, I'm
I'm
not
on
out
that
here
as well.
checking out man, but maybe like
No.
shouldn't have said anything. But she's gonna look is what I'm saying.
But it's that same
look-
thing what you are expecting by the arena being safe to want to mention it, which we've had, which made her say it, and I've taken it the wrong way.
No, I hear that, but what I'm saying is that's just a don't do that again. But are you gonna tell yourself she's not gonna do it again? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but see me. My
think that's
mind
something that she's not
will
gonna do
play
again?
so much that I'll be thinking she's doing it all the time.
Which a woman might do with you, because sure there's a beautiful woman. You ain't got we telling me for.
I'm not
As
saying
your woman.
I didn't say I was saying anything.
Oh.
I didn't say I said. I said
But you
You just want to be able
but
to
you
look.
wanna be a relationship
No,
where you
I
can say
said I might no, because instinct is doing that. But are we gonna act like we ain't been driving and then seen you like? You know what I'm saying?
But that's not. I've crashed into cars doing that.
What if your girl is in the passenger?
No, not like that.
No,
I'm
but
not
I'm
that
saying-
stupid. I deal with I got an aggressive demographic. I ain't doing all of that.
No, but what I'm saying is, yeah, that you is instinct, or are you saying you do it intent? For me, it's instinct. If I see a beautiful girl,
Like reflex, like.
Yeah.
it's a really
Yeah.
bro. If you pass the ball to me, I'm gonna try and stop it, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's a reflex.
You got to suppress the.
Yeah,
100%. I hear it.
Because it
You got to
opens
put
it to.
silence with it, man. You can't just.
It opens
You
it.
can't let the max spray, bro.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I'm not letting the max spray though.
And then on top of that, like, so say for example, yeah, I think you said this a long time ago. Kids not as tall as me. Imagine, you know, Instagram used to show you what your gal likes or what people like.
Yeah.
Imagine you're not as tall, but then your gal's likes are full of tall man. Are you incorrect in feeling a bit insecure about that? Like, what's
You're
this
not
about?
incorrect, but if it bothers you, then say something.
Yeah, but then now you're
Yeah,
policing.
but imagine she says to you, "Yeah, but you're not my type, babe. But I love you."
You gotta hug that one. You gotta hug
You
it.
gotta hug it.
You asked it.
gone.
No, I'm saying I hear that, but what I'm saying is,
gone, bro.
It's a hell
no,
of a
but,
feeling,
no, but remember, nothing's wrong. She hasn't changed. The way she's treating you, everything. She just now just let you know a fact, which is, I didn't look at you because you were short. That wasn't what I was looking at you for. I like you. I love you. If you want to talk about your height, yeah, it's not the one I would go for, but I'm here. So you've asked for that. She's told you. Now you're leaving. I don't think that's something
for
to
a
leave.
fact I'm my woman's type, and vice versa. And even when I walk with her, sometimes I think, right, do you know what? I'd actually move to you if I wasn't with you. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Like, every time I say, I'm like, yeah, man. I would actually-
But that's I'm not.
but that's how relationships should be.
Nah, not all of them are gonna be like that.
They
man.
should be though.
No, I hear
Otherwise,
that, but
you're
they're not all
gonna,
gonna be like
you're
that.
gonna skate.
But a certain man, okay, so you could be a good-looking guy, yeah, but your gal's with you for peace. the good looking part is just so she can tolerate you. But then if someone asked her why you there, she's saying for the peas, not your good looks.
What? And she's allowed to say that?
No, she's talking to her girl. I'm not saying she's allowed to say that, but I'm saying the truth is she's with you for your peas, not your looks. She don't care. Your looks is just a plus. So you're going around saying, yeah, but I'm the old man. She's looking at you like, her girls are like, the moment you stop spending that bread,
That's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. That there's people it's out there, but because you always have pee, it's never a discussion you're gonna have.
So let's on the flip side of that, yeah. Let's say you knew that. Let's say he's a fly on the wall. One of the friends have told you this. You know she's not with Stephen, for example, because she doesn't like him. She likes his peas.
No, that's different. No,
Stephen's your brethren.
No. See, what you said there is different. She didn't say the example that you gave first wasn't about her not liking you. It was about you not generally being her type.
Okay, yeah. Well, she's not settling because of your look. She's settling because of the peas you've got.
Yeah.
Are you then gonna tell Stephen, your friend, big man, you know, Diana's not with you because she likes you? Bro.
If Stephen's not making it seem as if it's his looks why she's there. If he's happy, it's none of my business. But if there's disruption and it's because of P, like for example, let's say he's got himself in a little money problem. So he's like, let's say he's giving her an allowance because again, it's about money, yeah? And he's cut the allowance. It's reduced by like 25%. Now she's acting up. I can now say, okay, you know she's only with you for the
Okay.
I'm saying I can lean in and say something
You're actually a genuinely nice guy.
But what am I disrupting a happy home for? I don't understand. If you're happy, just because I heard outside that your girl might be doing not doing something mad, but like, why? What reason do I have to deliver this information? It's not bad information, in my opinion.
You know me, I ain't saying nothing at all.
Yeah, I don't see the point in saying that. Like, I don't know why you two are together. If it's for if you got her, you're my brethren, but you were flaunting money when you decided to attract her. Now I'm finding out that she's there for money. Why am I upset? You were flaunting money in the first place. So I'm not bringing that information to you. I'm assuming you know that because that's what you led with. So
it's mad because it takes a certain level of maturity to just bite your tongue at times.
No, but if you, like, for example, if she was being disrespectful, that's different. She's not being disrespectful by telling someone the reason why I'm with her telling her brethren, the reason why I'm with my man is because of his peas.
And you know what's mad though? I think women, we know a certain side of men, but I think women know a different side of men. Because I feel like women know who they can take liberties with to a degree and do certain things and behave a certain way with. Because to my and if girls have done this stuff with me, they've always given me enough respect to let me find out about it. But there's certain gal who do stuff and it's so like blasé and blatant, and I know they got man at home, but they know to the type of man he is, if he does find out, it's not going to be a deal anyway.
Or they know how to I don't want to use the term manipulate, but they know how to handle the situation where it's under control. Because, for example, the example I gave was so childish, yeah, but it's true though. So you might have a weird, something that you deem as weird, kink, yeah, that you might not be able to just come forward and just tell the girl that you're seeing that you want it to be done. But let's say you're in an environment where she makes you feel comfortable, so you can now share it with her. So let's say, for example, something like, you know what, I like when hot water is poured on me. For example, I'm just saying, yeah.
Sick man. But
she might turn around and say, ugh, what? I'm not doing that. And all of a sudden, what, are you breaking up with her? Because now you've revealed something that she's obviously she didn't do, okay, let's warm up to it. Can we start with warm water and then we up the temperature slowly? She didn't do that. She said, ugh. So what, are you not breaking up? No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Like, at what point?
Gotta suppress the urge, brother.
You reckon though?
My point is, there's gonna be times in relationship, yeah, where you're gonna deliver a piece of info, and it's not gonna sit right with the partner. But you work through it.
What, sexually or just
anything? There's something you're gonna say to your missus one day, and she's gonna react a certain way. You're gonna be like, "Rob, are we breaking up?" And then you work through it. I don't think a relationship. It's not all glitz and glamour all the time, in my opinion. So, but there's certain information I think you just keep it to yourself, man. It's fine.
As a man,
no, but you shouldn't
keep it to yourself, man.
Nah. I agree, but I disagree at the same time because you shouldn't be in a relationship where you can't say everything. But
so cool, yeah. So because I feel like this is another thing as well, yeah. How many people do you think? Because what he's explaining is compromise. So it's two people coming together. They care and love for each other, even though they have certain wants. They like this person enough that they're willing to compromise to make this situation work. So there's that, or there's Knight in Shining Armor, Disney, we're perfect for each other. Who I am perfectly meshes with you. We can have openness and be free with each other as much as we ever want to be. So how much people do you think are in the world that are actually compatible with you like that? I don't think there's a lot. I think there's more of the other type you'd have to compromise with than the people who mess with you who can be completely free with like that.
This might sound a bit mad, yeah, but I don't feel like you can even do that with the opposite sex.
This is crazy. This is a mad left.
It's the truth, though.
All right, so build.
You can't have the same, like, I have this conversation all the time. I always make a mistake. I talk to my girl like she's my brethren. I make the mistake. I'm like, brother, I forgot you're my girl. You're not my brethren. I can't say certain things a certain way to you because you won't understand it the same way. Whereas if I have a conversation with you about the same thing, you understand. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
I just
when
don't
you-
like
when
the
you
way
say-
we're talking about relationships.
Yeah, but
and the man them are
okay, not
involved
relationship
in it
in it, but
somewhere.
a ship in it, I guess. What kind of
Yeah,
ship is
it's
it?
basically a connection.
Like, as much as it sounds a bit mad, we've got a connection, bro.
Yeah,
So there's certain things I can say to you that I can't say to my girl, but I should be able to if that's the same thing. If
yeah,
I-
but then there's certain things your gal can say to her girl she can't say to us.
yeah,
I
but
suppose.
But he's saying that I want to know,
this is my point.
and I'm like,
Do
bro,
you though?
You don't want to know.
Yeah.
Once you're in deep and you're invested and you're caring and say you've built up, I don't know, family together and loads of stuff in depth here, there's some things, if you find out the answer and it's not what you like, that could possibly lead to
I
an
still
end.
want to know. Because if I ask a question and I don't like the answer, that's my fault. Accountability.
Yeah, but you
Yeah, but
could
what
just
type,
not.
okay, what type of info are you talking about? So let's say, for example, it's always been in the back of your mind that there was one brother that she was chatting to, but you just thought he was a waste man. So you're like, nah, she wouldn't dare. Not him. You're 20 years deep into your relationship. You got 3 kids, whatever, blah, blah. And then let's say you see him out one day. And then like, the way they embrace, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, done.
I know them type of hugs. Yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah, when I was like 16, yeah, me and him had a little... What, is your head hot?
Yeah, but it's not. Because if I've asked a question, I've got to be ready for any answer that comes out.
No, being ready is fine, but sometimes, brother, it hits you in your chest, you know?
Mm.
You're making it seem
Yeah,
as if
I
just because she's...
can't say how I'm going to react, but
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You don't know, but you want...
ask,
I think some things...
then don't ask then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bingo,
there's
which is
that.
what
Don't
our
ask it.
argument. No, I'm not Mario Winans though. There's things I do want to know. You can't be out here taking me for no idiot, and I'm doing the weekend, making you know what I mean? I can't. There's certain things, you know what? It's like, what's he saying? Like, say a gal's giving you a mean blowers, like the meanest. Like, you got to get up and wipe your bum after. Everywhere's wet.
Who
She
taught you
get-
that? Who
Yeah.
taught you that?
But
How
you
you
could,
know that was okay?
you can't ask her that, because now you're upset. Because you're thinking, right, I
Yeah,
kissed
there's
her.
certain- there's
I
certain-
kissed her 10 minutes ago.
there's certain questions you-
I kissed you 10 minutes ago.
Upset for what, bro?
There's certain questions you just don't ask.
You don't ask, big man.
No, but seriously though, like, you see the way you kind of twirl it? Like, who taught you that? Was that kid?
Nah, you don't. Nah, you can't.
What's
No,
that
I'm
saying?
not doing that though.
Nah,
Was that kid?
that's weird.
Never.
No, but that's what it is though. What else? Where you learned that from? Devontae. I don't even. Nah, I hate them. I don't even know him, man.
He wants to hear, oh, my bestie.
You get what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm not. Them kind of questions I'm not.
Yeah. So there's certain you don't want to know the answer.
Yeah, I don't want to know the answer to that,
Yeah, I
man.
hear
Just,
you know what I'm
just
saying?
Just know that whoever my man
Yeah.
is.
Now,
shout out my man,
me and you are out raving. I'm like, yeah, this is my bridge and Devontae.
Now I got to back the button in his face. Like.
Now I'm standing there like I don't know, officer.
You're gonna get
What? That's the button, yeah. What I tweeted. Now you're angry.
Yeah.
Angry at yourself.
Yeah. And you got no one
Now
else
you're
to
chewing ice cubes.
Now you're drinking Baileys in the rave.
With a lime in there. Don't get a lime for babies. bro.
Belly's all bubbling, you know. Hey.
Yeah, some things I don't want to know, man.
You just gotta leave it
I
alone.
don't want to
man.
know, man. It's too late. I'm at the age, man. I'm pushing 40. I'm going to be 40 in a few
Yeah,
years.
we want peace, man.
Yeah,
No
man.
problems. Peace.
We're older now, man.
Yeah.
It's not worth it no more.
It's not
man.
worth it, man.
Hold on, I brought a book. There's a few extracts I want to read. See our thoughts. I can't remember when I bought this book, you know. Years ago. But it's called It's Not How Good You Are, It's How Good You Want to Be.
Mm.
The world's best-selling book by Paul Arden. Yeah.
I feel like he's lying already.
Yeah, but
What?
that's the whole point. of
Yeah.
the book. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's not where you are, it's what you want to be. That's a prophesization.
But he's
Fire for manifest.
he's got a section called Wit and Wisdom, and I wanted to read a few out and see what you lot's thoughts were when you hear it. Show me a sane man, and I will cure him for you.
Mm.
That's what he said.
No, these are just extracts from different people.
Oh.
So
Show
the person
me
who
a
said this
sane
is
man.
C.G. Jung.
I suppose because nobody's perfectly entirely sane. Everybody has some issues here and there, I suppose. It's whether you want to allow to be
So they want to
cured.
look into the person's problems. But that's that.
Because that's a bit psychopath. to
Yeah,
be
man.
level and calm and just sane and not erratic about. I mean, you're entirely triggerless.
Yeah, but I don't feel like
you
I've
don't
got-
know your parents, or you grown up a bit crazy.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
If for example, the psychiatrist came in here now and said, "What's your problems?" I ain't got no problems. I said, "No, you have got problems. Your problems are you don't like being called tall, for example, or you don't like being called short." I'm gonna get mad at that, bro.
Yeah, but there's a reason why
Yeah.
you get mad at that, though.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to ask you. But I think sometimes it's the way you ask the question. It will be something like, what was your upbringing like? And then you'll talk about your upbringing, and then you'll say something that, and they'll be like, okay, so what was that like? There'll be a route to why you and height became an issue. And then you might have overcome it as you got older, because you probably thought, yeah, I'm short, so what? But there was still a part in your life where it was an issue. Hence why
Facts.
when someone says it, you're triggered.
Because I weren't triggered, but I never forget this. You know, like people say, majority of people grow up like, you know, everybody's grown up and they were abused, or not like physically abused. I mean, like verbally, like you get cussed as a kid and growing up. I thought I grew up and I had a perfect life and nobody bothered me. But growing up, I was always called lanky, tall man, longers, all these words. But if you want to be by today's standards of this soft
them
snowflake
dissing
world,
you, yeah.
that's what's the word? Like not abuse, but I was kind of bullied or
bro,
something.
every time I read out my name in the classroom, even though these men have been in my class since year 8, year 9, they laugh. We get a supply teacher reading out the full name. Man's laughing because I have an African name. Like my English name wasn't on the register. So my name is Oluwatoba Akande. But you see, I can just say it now. Back in the day, I would have been like shy to say it. I'm like, but
Which
this is my name though.
a form. But we just, I don't know, it didn't affect us as much as it affects these younger kids, I suppose.
Yeah,
to-
but they've been wrapped in cotton wool, man.
because I think that gave me a thicker skin.
It
And
did.
now
and
stuff-
I
Yeah.
love those. You see them
Alright.
times they're on the block ripping each other.
Alright.
Have you not seen like have you not said something in front of a girl before to your brethren? And your girl looks at you like, oh my god, how you not speaking to him like that? You're like, that's fine, man.
That's how.
He's good.
Which is why we come to terms with it. Don't you remember Cat Williams is like men come to terms with their issues quick. So he look in the mirror, it's like, I got a big nose. Fuck man, my nose is really big, man. 20 minutes later, yeah, I'm not bothered. I got a big nose, so what? I'm still gonna have to chat to these gal and live the life. But gal will look hideous and be overweight and have everything going wrong for them. They'll be like, yes, queen, you're beautiful. And like they get lied to. Hence why when they hear the truth.
We did this call. We did this call.
Sorry, my bad.
Quick.
Sorry.
Quick.
How we got there? Sorry
I
guys.
know.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
A sane man and
There
I'll
was
cure
like
him.
200 people in the live night. There was like 200 people in there. Sorry. Sorry.
All right, going back to what we were talking about earlier. It's better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation.
I agree with that fully.
What if your originality never makes you succeed? Pause.
Can you succeed in
Whoa, the way you said it.
pause again?
It's the accent made it
So
worse.
what you saying? You can't succeed? Pause
If it's imitation.
in. Yeah, but fake it till you make it. I suppose a lot of people do that.
because it's still fake.
Yeah, but so there's rappers who rent cars, have clothes they can't afford, make it, but the video looks amazing, and I don't know, it might get a lot of views, and that might.
Well, it's just
Be
a
the thing that
video.
launches
It's
their
not-
career.
It's not mine.
What do you mean?
It's a video.
Yeah, but the people buy into it watching it because
Yeah,
music's
but that's, I do it so you'd buy into it.
so. But then that's you faking it, then, no. But it's kind of
I wouldn't say that as a fake.
I
If
think it's
the
part of
rapper
the
do it.
marketing.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't
it's
say-
not-
if a rapper do it, probably another example.
Like you as the consumer, why do you think this is mine anyway?
right.
The music
because you rap about having all this money and living this lifestyle, and because they don't rap the how they're really living. Like, do you know what I mean? They
So exactly. So it's
But that's
all
what's selling though.
It's all the image that I'm selling.
You know, on that same quote, yeah, there was a stage, only maybe like, I've said it before, maybe like 2 years ago, I found out, you know, like when you go raving and they bring out the bottles, like they take some of the bottles back.
Yeah.
I only knew that recently, you know.
But I learned that early because I remember I've been doing nights
Bro,
with the
I did not know that.
There's even some, where I don't think they do it here, for sure, but you can pay for a bottle show. So you can, for example, let's say you go to buy a table and you can say, I want 2 bottles, but I'll pay for a show, so bring 10. What they'll do is they'll bring the 10, it looks like you've done a madness, and then when all the sparklers drop out, they'll put the 10 on the table, someone might hang around the table for a bit,
Leave that in
Girls will come back.
2024.
grab
but say for example,
I didn't know
say
that.
there's man who've pulled that maneuver and got front off that,
Yeah, that's why they do it.
but that's not. That's what was it saying?
Do you make it?
Whose fault is that?
With
No, but
Wally?
again, but what we're saying is you should be wiser than that. Like, that shouldn't be something that indicates someone has
No,
money.
but the reason why Chinks is so comfortable saying this conversation because he's not the fake person.
No, I
He's
know.
the originality one, so
Yeah,
he can
yeah.
he
No,
can
I
play
hear
on the
it,
other
but what I'm
side.
saying is, you got to understand, there's people that go out, for example, and there's certain environments they're in, and we don't talk about this, you know. There's certain times man have gone out, spent a big P. There was no play that night, bro. Tough night.
Like we
You've
know,
gone back
we
to your
know
hotel,
people.
you're 2 bags down. You're
We
like,
know
bro,
people
I
that
didn't
do
see
that,
no
bro.
gal in the
Hitting up the
dance.
hub. Yeah, I hear you.
No gal was
Yeah, no,
made
that's
the wrong
crazy.
move. You don't get
Yeah.
the money back. You don't get to start again
Yeah.
tomorrow.
For
You're
real.
2 bags down.
Nah,
Say
for
that
real.
quote again. I like that. Say that again,
Oh.
please.
It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation.
I like that.
But in this world
that.
of, what's the word? I don't know, it's not capitalism, but in this world where people will put money into anything if there's a possibility it can maybe make money. So there's people faking it and it's generating money though.
But how is it generating money?
Because someone is, I don't know, financing it or making it look a certain way.
Someone's
Or
losing money then. It's not generating money.
When you say,
But what if it make-
way you say that way as well.
But what if it
Someone
makes
losing
money in
Bro,
the
you
long
see,
run?
you see music, yeah? They sign you. Let's say I sign you for 100 bags, yeah? With hopes that you make me money. You haven't made me money yet.
Mhm.
So what, am I at a deficit?
Yeah, of course you are.
Exactly. So, but he might not make it. But he's got 100 bags.
All right, but then
Someone's at a loss here. Now he starts making dough. It made sense, the 100 bags I invested. But now I'm telling him, no, you got to make a meal first before you get 100 bags again. So whatever content he made is now generated 1 million. He ain't seen a penny.
you know what is so cool.
But that's because of my initial 100 bags investment. So
So
he
that's-
thought that was a good deal, is what I'm saying. So he accepted it. Now that his product is now made 1 million, you don't get to say nothing because in the contract that you signed for the 100 bags, you were okay with it because that 100 bags wasn't real. Now it's real and you know your value, you can now negotiate. Like, for example, it's the same in football. I can tell you, all right, cool, I want 100 bags a week. Am I performing that way? That's the fear when you give a man 300 bags a week. He might not perform that way. Now you're giving him 300 bags for what? He can't even score 2 goals. So it's one of them things where someone's losing until someone wins.
It's a safer bet to bank on originality,
Yeah.
but it's not the majority, but a few people can make it faking it.
Another thing that I'd say, yeah, which a lot of people struggle with, I think it's easier to be yourself than to pretend to be someone else. Because now when that blueprint goes somewhere else, and now it's in a realm
Now
that
you
you don't
got
want
to
to
remember, bro. What did I
Now
do?
you'll be like, nah,
to get there.
Another thing that I thought about, and I'll give you an example, yeah, before we wrap up the live, yeah. So imagine the podcast I started in 2016, yeah.
Go on.
At the time when we started, people like yourselves are telling us, you lot are doing a chatty patty thing. Are you lot on the pod chatting? I could have spoken about certain people's business that got my head bust when I go on road. I've been there 8 years, my head ain't been bust once. So I'm saying, so I know how to speak about things. But some people start a podcast, they're freeing up info. You're like, brother, you're name dropping,
That was
you're revealing
his
personal
first
stuff.
episode.
Huh?
Their first episode they
that
ever did.
weren't
They,
me.
they
That
couldn't
wasn't
even
me.
they couldn't even pull it out.
That wasn't
That's how
me.
bad it was.
That
Yeah.
was not me.
But in the
wasn't
early
me.
days when we started, I guess there was an element of that where it was okay. Because when we started, it was raw. But as you grow, that's another thing that we're talking about, growth as well, 2024 and 2025. There's certain things I don't want to talk about. I don't want to go and sit on your sofa and talk to you.
But there's certain people now, even we was on a pod the other day. I'm not going to mention what pod it was because you lot have seen it or whatever. But the information was free now. It's just like, bro, I'm like, bro, you know this is kind on the internet, you know.
But they see you lot doing it and think the reason why you lot are where you are is because you revealed information like that. So they feel like, okay, this is my turn. The problem is, like we said,
You're
everyone
right.
stand on what they have to say. Everyone stand on it because I've never once said I am dating a bait girl on my own pod. I've never once said that's not my story. I don't want to do all of that.
No, I hear you.
But I could do and cause a little something on the internet. But what am I doing that for?
Yeah, what for?
That's not what I'm on. I'm not on the sensationalist. That's not what we're on. But now that I'm saying it now, people act as if, oh, but you lot weren't always like that and pull up something from the back. Bro, it was back then. Allow me. But now, that's not what I'm on. I don't want to, do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go on a podcast and potentially be antagonized by someone that when we're off camera, you wouldn't do it.
Just saying, leave that
Bro,
2024.
no, wait, Chinks. You've got you've got someone on camera that's talking to you that off camera wouldn't talk to you like that. Come on, man, what we doing here?
She said, leave that 2024.
Leave that in 2024, man.
It's content though, isn't it?
It's not
Content over family.
It's not content. It's not content, man. It's not, man.
I hear you.
Do you know what it's like? It's like, okay, reality TV is successful. Like, we're in a space where putting a camera in your yard generates dough. We're seeing people do foolishness for peace. like speed is backflipping into his fucking computer, bro.
Someone animated that with Sonic rings.
Come on, man. If I did that, you lot would tell me to
Bro,
grow
when
up,
he let
bro.
off the fireworks in his yard, that was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I promise you. That was hilarious, bro.
like, I can't lie to you. If we could book a mansion, if I said, next year, be honest,
Yes.
if I booked a mansion that was like derelict, I say, you man, firework wars. Brother, we're going.
Yeah, 1,000%.
But people are like, you're a grown man, bro. You don't know where I came from.
Yeah,
You
that's
see this on the vlog all day
Yeah.
long.
Bro.
I'm looking at
Yeah,
these
but-
kids thinking, yo, you lot doing it on the high road. This isn't it, man.
I did all of this still. It's mad when you get to that age when you're condemning people for things you've done,
Bro,
you
there's
know.
an
I'm not
estate
going to
in
lie.
Clapham, Notre Dame
Bro,
estate.
you know
where it's
what if you're an old
notorious
person?
Shout out to you all.
It's notorious for firework wars, bro. Man, it's
Bro.
letting old man's doors getting lit up, bro.
I'm
Bad.
telling you, I remember. It's irresponsible, but
Yeah.
this is the environment we came from. I'm not going to sit here in front as if I don't find that entertaining,
You know
bro.
what's funny, because sick, because I hate, because like older people are old people, and like I remember one time I accidentally walked into a church, in Bricky, because it was next to Morley's. I don't know why I followed someone in there, innit? And I walked in and it was a church, and it was just bare old people, and I'm like, look at you lot getting close to the Lord because you're gonna die soon.
Oh, my
Like, you get what I'm saying?
days.
And I'm seeing people there used to smoke hard drugs, and I'm like, you don't tell me to get close with the Lord now. When you was my age, you was in Jupiter. Like, you get what I'm saying? You was doing a madness. Now you're old. You want to tell me to put my youthful ages into church and stuff
No,
like
but
that.
but you got to do that though. Like, like even now, for example, my daughter had parents' evening the other day, and I thought, you know what? I tweeted this. I thought I got to approach this differently.
Differently than what?
How my parents.
Oh,
did.
okay, yeah.
So
yeah,
I just sat her down before we went in. I said, "What's he gonna tell me?" Like, you were in the classroom, I were in the classroom. So what's he gonna tell me?
Don't like surprises.
Like, no, but if you're gonna tell me, oh, Dad, I'm a bit of a chatterbox. All right, cool. So when he's trying to diss you, I can defend you if it's not chatterbox. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I
but,
need to know.
My son?
Yeah, like,
You know that way
I
there.
want us to be a team. I'm not
Yeah,
teaming,
I
but
hear
parents
you.
will team up with the teacher. You're like, Mom, you snake. What do you mean? Where it should be, no, I'm your, like, it's me. The teacher could be lying. All of a sudden, you believe in the teacher. Mm-mm.
No, but
What am I gonna hear?
See, this is where I'm a bit of a
No.
prick though, because with my daughter now, my baby mum is mad protective of her. She's that it's us versus them, but I know my daughter's a bit of a chatty patty. I know she's got a bit of sass and a bit of attitude.
Yeah.
So why my baby mum's on this? Is it because it's black angle, like all the black power? Like, and I'm just
It's
like,
not that
no,
all the time.
it's not that all
Yeah,
the
but it's not
time.
that all the time.
It's
Like, I
not
hear that. though.
Yeah.
But you're there to provide balance, bro.
But let me say that on the back of that.
You're
yeah.
there to provide balance, bro.
Why I know that these kids of today are completely different to the kids of how we was is because parents' evenings is coming up.
Yeah.
The last couple of days, they're gonna be good, innit? See my son when his parents evening. He's still being bad.
She's letting you know
He's
that.
still being bad. So when he got parents evening, they're like, he didn't even try for the last couple of days. He didn't even do his
you know
homework.
that
I
way,
look at my
yeah.
son like,
You know what's mad?
What?
Did you do good in school?
I was all right.
So how are you looking at your son and
No,
you're
but
like,
no,
did you do good
no,
in
I
school?
was,
Yeah.
I was
See,
bad in school, but I did all my work.
I never took school that serious.
But it's gonna be hard if you're, for
So
example.
how can I preach that?
No, I hear that, but it's not just you now. Like, so, for example, the mums have their upbringing and what they want for the kids. So, like, for example, right, let's say discipline.
Mm.
How would you not discipline your child as in
Physical.
no. I'm not even talking about discipline. How do you make discipline important to your kids? Like, how do you let your kids know that discipline is important? Sorry. Not
You discipline
disciplining
them.
them, as in being disciplined is a good trait. How do you let your child know that?
I lead by example, innit?
How?
No, it's not.
Because when I used to get and when this happened there, I'm now this way.
No, but
No,
you
but
you misunderstand. Because what he's saying is,
How does your child know that's important?
but this is the difficult. That's the difficult
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of parent, because you're not the what you're instilling the discipline for is not necessarily for right now.
Exactly.
It's for who you're
Gonna be.
But
But something's gonna happen later on in life
Yeah.
where you're gonna be like,
okay,
oh, this is why Dad said this.
Yeah. But
But
in
you
the
gotta just go-
moment,
in the moment, it's not that make sense.
yeah.
Can't.
But I say that to my kids all the time, though. I say that to
Yeah,
them.
but you're just saying it. It's not
Yeah,
registering.
it don't
Yeah, it's
register.
not registering.
And you know what's mad? My mum says the same thing. Don't worry, when you get old and have kids of your own, they're gonna
Yeah,
realize,
yeah.
whatever, man. Whatever,
That's
mum.
why I say we're all, like, when people are like, oh, how'd you do it? But I'm winging it. That's why I don't know how I'm
Yeah,
selling
yeah.
a course. Sad boy
Yeah.
back.
Well done, well done, well done,
Well
well
done. That was good stuff. You're good at this. You're good at this.
Who's Marvin?
You're good at this. You're good at this. You're good at
Hey,
this.
Marvin better wake up, you know. I don't need him, you know.
Just call it one shot of tequila, like, you know what
All
I'm saying?
right, cool. So let's wrap up. the live. It's 10 o'clock. Thank you lot for tuning in. We got to about 216 people.
Wow.
Some people are asking us to go till midnight. Sorry. When the man got things to do. But shout out everyone that was in the live though. Leslie, Kay, Stacy, New Neon, Kajoki, Antonia. Who else we got? Leslie, Rockley, Kwame, Miles, Gift. Happy New Year, everyone. Love. Go listen to the episode when it drops on Friday.
Yeah, we appreciate
Go
you
subscribe to Facts Only, Kid and Chinks on YouTube.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Like I said, pour a drink, toast up. We survived 2024. And let's start 2025 righteous, man. Love everyone.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.